The ones that are here already. Salute to my brother T-Rail for dropping by, hitting that like button. Salute to you, broski. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Salute to my brother T-Rail, man. Guys, remember to hit the like button. Remember to share the live. Alright. Oh. So, cool. We live on both of these. We straight. Alright. Let's go.
Ibrahim Traore is a symbol. And a symbol is part of the system. So what young people must realize that success is not an individual achievement. You achieve because you are part of a team. The current situation in Burkina Faso must be understood in the context of history. And that history, in my view, starts from 1983 with the emergence of Thomas Sankara. When Thomas Sankara took power in what was then Upper Volta, he changed the name of the country to Burkina Faso, the land of the upright men. That was seen as a revolution, and many things happened under the leadership of Thomas Sankara, until he was eliminated in 1987. We now know that one of the people who participated was a close compatriot who became the President Blaise Compaoré, and that is in the public domain. That short stint was so dramatic in the lives of the people of Burkina Faso and in Africa that Thomas Sankara became an icon. And the rise of Ibrahim Traore is almost seen as a reincarnation of Thomas Sankara and his revolutionary fervor. And that is why he has become a poster boy for the new Africa. But let us understand how it came about. In the year 2022, in the month of January, how it came about. In the year 2022, in the month of January, how it came about. Was that they had failed to eliminate the Islamic insurgency in the northern part of Burkina Faso. But Compaoré did not stay in power for too long. In the month of September, the administration that had overthrown Compaoré in January, that was the administration of Paul Henry Sandaogo Damiba. That is the administration that overthrew Compaoré. He himself was to be overthrown in the month of September, the year 2022, by Ibrahim Traore and his colleagues. And the reason why I think Traore then very quickly became the poster boy was because of the decisions that he made to sever ties with France.
Exactly.
His language was that we had remained a neo-colonial state for too long. Re-echoing what Thomas Sankara had said, his language was that we must have our own resources. If it is our uranium, let us use our uranium. If it is feeding ourselves, let us engage in agriculture that is going to feed our people. Let us ensure that we, the Burkinabe, are doing things that are in the interest of the Burkinabe and therefore in the larger interest of the continent of Africa. And it also came at a time when there is general disillusionment with the ballot. Africans had been persuaded, particularly after the collapse of the Berlin Wall, that this thing called democracy as defined by the West was the alpha and omega of good governance. You had to have multi-party politics, you had to have periodic elections, and people went to the ballot. In many cases, the ballot was not very useful because the vote was stolen. And if it was not stolen, the people who emerged from the ballot did not do anything for the people.
That's so like Jamaica, though. Oh yeah, we gonna talk about it, ladies and gentlemen. We gonna talk about it. We gonna talk about it today, baby. Yeah, some things that happen overseas in other countries, same colonial games and war games being played in Jamaica as well. There's people that are behind the scenes that are the power structure of this plantation, this what they call it? This franchise. You understand? You have people that power structures that split up the world in corporations. They call it corporations. It's a business. You understand? I am not too versed in the lingua. You know the brothers and sisters that you see talking about birth certificate and the law and how they describe you legally, you know. That nuance, I can't explain too much, right? I don't understand too much, but I do agree on the base level that there needs to be a total reform of the system. But I don't know if we as a people are understanding what it is, or collectively. We have to unite. There's no way it's going to happen without us uniting. And Burkina Faso is an example of the people uniting to create, their own destiny, to have their own real sovereignty, and to run things the way how it's fit and in purpose for them under God. You understand? Yeah. So yeah, that's part of the reason why I'm here. Let's get back to this. Yeah, let's get back to this. Alright, sorry. Yeah man, like up the live, my people. Like up the live. TikTok, what's up? We're live on YouTube, on Bolo V&R clips, on Bolo V&R 2.0, and on TikTok, Bolo V&R. Let's get it.
So the people wanted drama, the people wanted change, the people wanted sound rhetoric, the people wanted Pan-African rhetoric. And in many ways, Ibrahim Traore, as it stands now, represents that. But remember, his administration has only been in power for 3 years.
3 years.
In the life of a nation, that is a very short time.
Yep.
And one may say the beginning is good, yes, but the journey is still long.
Yeah, man,
once again, when one continues that conversation, I want us to remember that in the year 2014, in Malabo, in Equatorial Guinea, African heads of states and government came up with the Malabo Protocol that outlawed unconstitutional changes of power. And in that context, unconstitutional changes of power had to be defined, and they were defined under the Malabo Declaration of the year 2022, where the African heads of state not only reiterated what had been said in 2014, but also formed the African Court on Human and People's Rights and said unconstitutional change of power means this: acquiring power by a coup d'etat, 2, refusing to hand over power when you have lost an election, and 3, tampering with constitutional processes to extend one's life in office. So to the outside world, to your typical African leader, including the African Union, the rise to power of Ibrahim Traore is seen as unconstitutional change of power and rise to power. And that is why Burkina Faso, alongside Niger and Mali, have been suspended from the activities of the African Union. Why then are the people of Africa celebrating those who have acquired power in what other African leaders are calling unconstitutional change of power? Why is it that people who are described by the Western media and by African media as leading military hunters have become so unpopular? The reason is not far to seek. They have seen the so-called democratically elected leaders in different parts of Africa. They are corrupt. Some of them are murderous, and some of them are plain anti-people because they don't do that which is in the interest of the people.
You hear that? Some of them are murderous, some of them are corrupt, and some of them don't operate within the interest of the people. Jamaica, what is happening in Jamaica right now? What is the leaders doing? Exactly that. They are doing exactly that. Let's continue.
The people of Africa have seen how people who are in power retain and extend their stay in power for unnecessarily long when they are delivering nothing. And Ibrahim Traore's administration presents a hope, presents in the view of particularly young Africans a
like Jonas and the Labour right them, no? They in a power unnecessary long and delivering nothing. Nothing. No real tangible nothing to the people of Jamaica. So like them though. Alright. Pay attention. Listen. We are going out today here. Serious conversation that we have today.
Light at the end of the tunnel. And what is that light saying? That light is saying, and it can be heard through the echo chambers, saying, you, the colonizers, you, the French, who in 1958 pretended to hand over political power, we no longer want to be with you. We no longer want to be your latter-day slaves. Traore is being heard as saying that. Traore is being heard as saying, you, the neo-colonizers who have given us the short hand of the stick.
Yes.
You reap where you have not sown. You take our uranium, you take our resources, you take our minerals, and you give us a pittance. You are not going to do it anymore.
Yes.
You, the colonizers who handed over to us systems of governance that cannot work, including electoral commissions, including printing ballots in your own countries, including printing paper currency in your own countries, we will not allow you. He is saying that. You, the colonizers who, when we want to liberate ourselves, you create insurgency, you sow seeds of discord within our ranks, we are not going to allow you to do that. You, the African Union, who ought to be protecting us as Africans, you ECOWAS, who ought to be protecting us as Africans, you too appear to be mere lapdogs of the international order, particularly the West. To the extent that he is saying that, he is striking the right chords of a dissatisfied, disillusioned people in the continent of Africa. And their wish and desire is that there is a new dawn. A new dawn where governance will be different. A new dawn where governance will be people-centered. A new dawn where the umbilical cord between the colonizer and the free peoples will be severed. That is what, in the minds of many, Ibrahim Traore represents, and that is his appeal. Remember, throughout history, people, and this is human, always want symbols of what they are fighting about. In the struggle for independence, if you look at other nations, in Ghana it was Nkrumah, in Tanzania it was Nyerere, in Zambia it was Kaunda, in Malawi it was Banda, in Mozambique it was Machel, Angola it was Neto. But this is now big because Traore has come at a time when there is what I call African Renaissance, and people want things that are pan-African to defy what happened in Berlin in 1884 and 1885. That is what is happening. He is that symbol. You know, in history, people emerge, or leadership emerges that is defined by environment. Volta had been one of the French colonies that was seen to be wedded to the Paris government, almost in the class of La Côte d'Ivoire or Senegal at one time. When Thomas Sankara came and said, we've got to recognize ourselves, and started by changing the name of the country, that was unprecedented.
Quite so.
It was only in Ghana that Nkrumah had changed the name of Gold Coast to Ghana. This was new, this was fresh. And
we could have never
Thomas Sankara then was seen in that mold. A servant leader who says, I do not want the trappings of power. I do not want long motorcades. I do not want security that is a mere display of power. I want...
YouTube block your message here, Philip Yardy Vibes. Have to be careful with the message that you send or the language. Because YouTube does what YouTube does. And yeah, I ain't got nothing to do with that. And I don't want the bugger message them where them no want, cause it would cause a problem, alright? Yeah, man. But yes, this is Mr. Lumumba. You understand? This is Mr. Lumumba. And he's giving great context to the rise of a leader like Ibrahim Traore, the historical reference. And he's been very honest about how Ibrahim Traore become the leader of Burkina Faso. But when you look at the people and what the people are saying and what the people want. The people don't want him to leave. The people don't want him to recuse power. It's quite unprecedented, you know. It's quite unprecedented for you to have a leader in this time, in this age, in this season, that the people of that country, and I'm not talking about 30% of the people or 15% of the people like in Jamaica with Andrew Jones. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the people of Burkina Faso, the entire population, as a matter of fact, the love and respect that Ibrahim Traoré gets, it's unreal. It's actually unreal. I mean, all across Africa, even people in America that recognize their African roots, they support Ibrahim Traoré as well. They are sick and tired of the colonizers' offsprings bullying the system and not allowing blacks to being in real positions of power. Look at the UN. He spoke about the UN, right? You know, they block them off from decision making, the African countries. You know, they are a part of it, but they're not really a part of it. There's a group within the group. There's no respect for African sovereignty. You understand? There's none. And we have to call it for what it is. We have to. You understand? Let's continue.
To serve the people. I don't want to ride in Mercedes-Benz or Bentley or Cadillac. I want something that is functional, something that moves. And when Thomas Sankara appears in 1987 at the OAU meeting in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, and calls for our refusal to pay debts, he created a revolutionary fervor in Burkina Faso. And
no, that brother is Sankara. Him sound like Michael Manley. Michael Manley had that same spirit in him. Yeah. Among the people, not wanting to be flashy. You know, it was not about the cars and the wealth. It was about being with the people and being for the people. And revolutionizing the growth of the people. That's what he was about. It seems as if on TikTok, when I mention certain names, like Sankara, it's like TikTok automatically block you. Because I don't know who right now out of the 5 people watching me could be actually flagging my channel on YouTube. That is crazy. You actually have people out there that is rejecting this message of freedom. Shame on you. Absolute shame on you. I want to end the TikTok live again and start it over. Shame on you. Disgusting.
Traoré is in that tradition. He was young then, but the stories must have been told to him of Thomas Sankara. And remember, they come out of the same environment, the military environment. They may have been trained after the style of the French, but sometimes you've got to swim in the oceans of the enemy in order to know who they are. So he grew in that environment, and when therefore he comes and says, we are leading, when he comes and says, we are not going to have the trappings of power to prevent us from working for the people, when he comes and says, my salary is not going to be increased, when he comes and says, I'm not going to be summoned to appear in European capitals, when he comes and says that the IMF and the World Bank are not going to dictate to us what to do, when he comes and says that the mineral companies of the West are not going to tell us what to do, we are going to choose our own friends in the international arena. He is speaking for many people in the continent of Africa. And that is why, for the moment, he remains in the minds and hearts of many people. And the prayer of many is that he does not change. Because power has its own way of changing and corrupting people.
In similar ways, when it comes on to Marky G, we pray Marky G don't change. You know? We pray that he doesn't change. I don't know what's going on with my camera on this. Try it again. You know, we pray Mark Golden doesn't change. Hi Vivian, how you doing? Yeah, the people them literally love. The people literally love Ibrahim Traore. People literally love him. There's absolutely no question of the love. These people literally are willing to put their lives down for him. You understand? In the city, how many people in Jamaica is willing to put their life on the line to protect Andrew Holness? How many of you? That's an interesting question. How many of you Jamaicans are you guys are willing to lay your life down on the line for Andrew Holness? If you are, put a 1 in the chat. And if you are not, put a 2 in the chat. If it's a yes, put a 1 in the chat. And if it's a hell no, put a 2 in the chat. I hear somebody screaming, hell no, to the no, 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 hell to the no, hell no, to the no, no, no. You know why that is? For the ones that say hell no, hey Laura, because they don't, hey what's up Thea? They don't see Andrew Holness in the light that he would go to bat for them. That type of love, Sonia say hell no. That type of love and respect for the people of Jamaica is not in him. Andrew Holness seemed like the type that would sell out first and then come to us and ask for forgiveness. You remember when he didn't come and ask for forgiveness? Yeah, him seemed like that type. So my argument is not baseless. I'm not here talking foolishness. Like what the liberate them love to say. Let's continue. Like up the live, people. Like up the live.
Prayer of many who are watching him is that he remains on course.
The Benki. Of course, you can't compare him. When you compare Ibrahim Traore to Andrew Holness, it just shows you how lacking our leadership is in this country where he is concerned. It's very good to compare them. Yes, I have done a video last year comparing them. Believe me, we compare them all the time. You understand? TikTok, you can't chat to me today, no? I come in one blue shirt, one blue sweater. You can't chat to me. You can't chat to me, TikTok. Like up the live and share up the live. Do the right thing. You see me?
That he remains faithful to the agenda, that he remains faithful to the declared position that he is a people's servant, that he is a midwife to deliver for the people of Burkina Faso and to ensure that the quality of their lives is improved. For the moment, he is receiving the best judgment that a leader can expect. He can do no wrong in the minds of many. And the media and social media is populated with a lot of artificial intelligence things which are attributed to him. And they are all positive. That is a statement of the hunger that Africans have for positive messaging. It gives hope. It tells them that it can be done and that it must be done. So in the same way,
I think the reason why people don't want love
as
is
Moses stood before his people and said, I'm going to part the Red Sea.
the reason why people don't
To part Red Seas, almost to summon manna from heaven, almost to cause pillars of fire to stand between them and the neo-colonizers. The expectations are great. The situation as it is in the Sahel region must be understood at two levels. Level number one is that it has brought forth a new generation of leaders. And remember, it started in the year 2021 with the coup d'etat in Mali. when Atimi Goita overthrew the administration of Now. When he did that, the rebellion started, and immediately after that, there was the Burkina Faso coup in 2022, and immediately after that, in 2023, there was the coup in Niger. And immediately after that, you saw that they were expelled, and the three countries have moved out of the economic community of West African states and created their own one in the Sahel. And remember that that region is also infested by insurgencies, who we think are also manufactured by the former colonizer France. Remember that that region has said we are having one currency. Remember they've said that we are allowing free movement of people. Remember that they are removing tariff and non-tariff barriers. Remember that the French have also ensured that their kin and kith in the West are hostile to those administrations, and of course by extension hostile to Burkina Faso. Remember that they were exploiting the uranium. Remember they were exploiting their minerals. Remember that they saw these as satellite states, and it is for that reason why Russia became attractive as a trusted ally.
Listen to this.
And many in the West sometimes don't understand why Russia is attractive as an alternative to the Western countries. The history is long, but let us cut it short. Russia was not a colonizer. Despite
And Ramsey, what's going on? Aldane, what's going on? For all the people that are here, trust me, you have come to a platform that will give you stimulating conversations, all right? And hopefully you learn something and that will shift your mental paradigm and have you think about the world that we're living in. Really think about the world that we're living in. I hope so. You heard what the man said about Russia? Russia was never a colonizer of Africa. The United States was. France was, is, currently still. England, most of Europe. Not all, most. They were colonizers of the African continent. They have been graping our resources. For African countries to free themselves from the grasp of these thieves, these criminals, these draconian colonizers and their offsprings that are now in power and in places of power, is going to take a united effort of the people. It's going to take a relentless united effort of the people. Philip, big up yourself. Philip says that's what caused World War II. They wanted the resources. That's what it's always been about. They don't care about the people in Africa. They only care about the resources. If they could get away with just eliminating the Africans, wipe them out, and the world did not look. How you doing, Patricia? And the world did not look and see anything wrong. If they could justify doing that, they would do it. Ardeen Henry, how you doing? If they could justify wiping out all of Africa, they would do it. Telling you. But I'm going to move on from this. You guys can go and watch the rest of this on Shoot Fire Africa. That's the name of the platform. It says PLO Lumumba. They want it traded. Who's behind it? Question mark. Very, very good listen. A lot of historical references, but I'm stopping at the part where the reason why the Africans are cool with Russia is because they never tried to colonize them. Russia has been a friend to Africa, believe it or not. How you doing, Karel Banton? So when it comes to the geopolitical sphere and the historical things, these things are important for us to know and understand why certain countries have aligned themselves to each other because of the history. You understand? I'm glad they're doing well. Thank you, Dibenki. So Russia did not have access to the Black Sea. The Cold War made up for that. You understand? Let's move on to the next thing. Now, ladies, call on a friend. Call all our ladies them. We need the ladies them to come out front of the class. And when I say the ladies, I mean all of the ladies them. I need all of the ladies them to come at the front of the class. And specifically the ladies them that is not living for Christ. Yeah, man. If you know say you live a life of sin, you want to talk to him. Yeah, man. You know, hey, it is what it is. You're not living under the tenets of the Most High. Let's be honest about it. Me need it in my front of class. Wanna ready? Ready. Alright. I want to listen to this. Listen to this lady.
I think the reason why people don't want love is because most women want their bills paid. They don't want love.
Oh.
They got 4 or 5 people. They got 4 or 5 people because they got more than 4 or 5 bills. And I think as long as we're in this transactional era of time, it's never going to be able to get back to love. We got to focus on the core value of what actually matters inside of a relationship. And we've strayed too far. Honestly, don't get mad at me. I know there's a lot of you know, but it's the truth. You know, honestly, we live in a prostitution era.
Hi, Lorna, how you doing? Hi, Lorna, how are you doing? Thea say, I will forever live for Christ. Did y'all hear what she said? We are living in a prostitution era. Let me play that back. This is a female saying this.
I think the reason why people don't want love is because most women want their bills paid. They don't want love.
Oh.
They got 4 or 5 people. They got 4 or 5 people because they got more than 4 or 5 bills. And I think
women out there, we have 4 or 5 people. Man, some don't have man or woman. Because we have 4 or 5 bills. You're a prostitute. Hazel Garner, what are you doing? You are a prostitute. You know how long me I say that? You know how long me I say that? As a youth, I observe the space. You know how long me come to the conclusion say we are living in a prostitution era? Thus, I am by myself. Because there's a lot of prostitutes out there. Walk on Gaza security. Yeah, man, all the women them not live in a Christ. I not condemn you, know. I just tell you the truth. You're not a prostitute. If you have 2 or 3 different men, or if you there with a man for only material things, and as soon as him reach, him can't do that for you no more, you're going to a next man, solely because of that, you are a prostitute. The relationship is transactional. You are no different from the girl that dance in the club. I'm going to a local private room, I'm going to business, or go home with the person. You are no different. And a lot of you are growing your children, your young girls to become prostitutes. And it's the truth. Wanna push them per man. Because when you see the man have some money, man, the man don't want uno. And when you see the man eyeball on the daughter and you facilitate the relationship to get monetary favor, you are prostituting your children. You are prostitutes. Not some of you have upgraded from prostitute to all female pimps.
I think as long as we're in this transactional era of time, it's never going to be able to get back to love. We got to focus on the core.
Getting back to love. Boy, God, I really, you know, I've prayed about this already, God. I want love. I don't want no woman that is transactional. There are so many of them out there. They are a dime a million. You hear me say? Not a dozen. There are so many women out there. Listen, them in one spot. Listen, they are not afraid to open their legs to get some money here. And they're not shame in the game neither. They have lowered themselves to that level where they don't even see it. What I'm saying right now is taboo to them. Oh, you can go and chat. All when me have my bill superior, Tete. Good afternoon, Michelle. How you doing? Cheryl, what's up? Joanne, big up. Right? This is the reality. And I am wondering if we can get back to love. I would love for us to get back to love. What happened to a woman having real love and ice that for this virgin here? And no matter what nobody say, it might look goofy to you, but there's something about him that draws her to him. She genuinely loves that guy. What about the journey of getting to know each other? Really getting to know each other. Not going to a fancy restaurant because you want people to have this, you want to have this image that, oh, man carry me to the fanciest restaurant. Not because of anything else but to show off on society. If you take a snap, for sure say, y'all live that type of lifestyle here. Faking it to make it. Ladies are only me I talk to right now. Mickey Jamo, big up. Marveling, big up. We're going to start off some different type of conversation on this live stream here, on this platform. Some live conversation. This is what the women are doing. And ladies, let me tell you something. You see, if you can't be bought, nobody now going to look for try to buy you. You know what a lot of men are doing nowadays? I'm going to blame Uno. Yeah, man, I blame Uno, you know. Me blame Uno for this. The man them approach to Uno is to put money in on her face. I think a woman that has respect for herself should find that disrespectful. Him try to wave the money power. First and foremost, him an idiot still, you know. I blame him for be an idiot, you know. The man them do that, you know. Yeah, man, them an idiot, man. Them not wise. They are not wise. Who hunts for crabs? Who fishes for crabs when they can't get salmon? Premier meat. Premier healthy meat. And I just understand the analogy. Crab full of shh. When a man use money, him a fish. A crab that, you know. Crab a hold down. A whole heap of crab. They're both here. And it's the truth. Now, we all have a choice. We all can change. And we can change your life. But, what's up, Ardeen? But at this point, a lot of the females, them, are very comfortable with being crabs. They are very comfortable with being prostitutes. I call them private prostitutes. They will do things as long as it don't blow up and nobody don't know about it. If they can get away with it. It's not about, I'm going to ask a man to do things in another vein there. You understand? But we are talking about specifically the era of prostitution. Being transactional. Is the women that facilitate transactional relationships more than the man them. Because if you did not allow yourself to be an object to be bought, the man them would have stopped wave money at you and literally come to you with some respect and try to get to know who you are. What happened to when man used to write letter to woman? Formulate them thoughts about how them feel about them. What one to love letter days? Me used to write love letter, you know? You make me a part of the era there, you know? Yes, man. Me a part of the era before Vibes Cartel said, how you feel have a girl? If you don't have a phone, she give you the number, but you don't have a phone. Me used to write love letter. That me I tell you. What go on Jotaro? What happened to that? We need to go back to your love B. We have strayed far away. And we wonder why the society is the way it is. You know, every time we go against God, we feel. Just look upon the world. Yeah, me know that, Philip. But again, transactional. If the women did not put themselves in the position to be bought, this is the price to buy me. It couldn't happen. So the sole responsibility and blame me I put on the ladies then. For this continued transactional era. Stop being private prostitutes and stop prostituting your daughters. Stop it. You women set the standard for how you are treated. Listen, a girl that decides to go and dance, you know, is totally different than them. I'm talking about, you know. I'm talking about you, the regular women out there that behave as if you're better than the prostitute them when they are a club a dance. You are no better. I want to know it on a transactional. You are not married to these men that you're sleeping with. They don't owe you no financial obligation. A man owes his wife financial obligation. The mother of his children. That's who he owes. Him don't owe you. So if you want a man just for money, guess what you're going to do? You're going to subject yourself to things that you may be very well uncomfortable with till you lose your soul. You're literally losing your soul. There's young ladies around the world that go to Dubai and these places and you see them on Instagram. Them have camera, have sex with them and them something there. Them a eat all types of just nasty engagement physically. And they convince themselves that it is okay because they are getting a lot of money. It's not a disrespect to the ladies, it's true. it has become more, the devil has done such a great job. It has become more of the norm. Look at America, OnlyFans. Remember when women used to wear slip? And that's the area them come from. Them have on a tights and them have on a slip. We come from the era where women used to really cover themselves. Really cover themselves. I'm not talking about the people and the Muslim ladies them. But big up to the Muslim ladies them. Them are going good. But I'm not talking about them. I love the Muslim ladies them for that. I love that part of the culture there, you know. The woman them are cover it. I alone I can't see. Oh man. You gotta really get to know a woman when it's only their eyes you're looking at. Windows to the soul. Ardine still away your slip, big up Ardine. The truth will always be an offense, but I am here to speak the truth. Cause it what it will. You guys out there that are having transactional sex, having 4 or 5 different men. 1 for the water bill, 1 for the rent, or 2 for the rent because the rent's so high. 1 for your look go out money. Because working is hard. You know, working is hard. It's hard. It takes a lot of dedication to make good money in certain fields. Working is hard. You know, it's the indiscipline that causes everything at the end of the day. You know? Indiscipline is why I'm a big. Indiscipline is why I have on a lot of weight. Indiscipline causes everything. Eating when I shouldn't eat, not eating on time, taking too long to eat. The body starts to build up this attitude of storing up fat instead of burning it. It's a lack of discipline. It's a lack of discipline. And the man have to take some responsibility too in terms of not being there to raise their young, being a part of the raising of their little girls. It's hard, you know, don't get me wrong, you know, man. I understand. The way the system set up, it is set against you, even if you want to be a part of that child's life. Because the woman vexed you because you're not with her anymore, she's gonna spite you for the most part, for most of the time, to take that child away from him. I understand. But you have to remember, say, are you sleep with her? So you have to take some responsibility. You chose to have sex with her. Unprotected sex. You chose that. You put yourself in the position. So now you're in a precarious position of having a child with somebody that you yourself in your right mind thinking about it is like, oh my God, I do not want this woman to be raising my children. I know so enough of man come to that conclusion when it's too late. I know you're stuck. I have to be responsible. Rough B. Rough.
Value of what actually matters inside of a relationship, and we've strayed too far. Honestly, don't get mad at me. I know there's a lot of ladies in here.
Why did she have to say that? Don't get mad at me. I know there's a lot of ladies in here. Because women really, I don't know, a lot of women have this problem. You can't take correction. Thank God for the few women them on my platform and me see. Me notice you know, and I'm mostly mature women there over here, so. Big woman. Me see the age group them. I'm mostly big woman on my platform. But a woman in her early ages, it take a while before they reach a level of mental maturity if they can accept these truths. Younger women, not so receptive. And that's when they need to be the most receptive, when them younger, because at that time they make the most mistake. And if they save themselves from the mistake them, they need to listen to the truth, take it, and apply it. And this is all out of love. No man, more back a good man them. Man. So we can see God in the community thriving. You see a youth over there so and him find him lady and them a grow together. You know what I mean? They start from nothing and them a build. You understand? She no mix up. She no depend on social media too much. You understand? She have friends but she still guarded because she use her intuition because she knows that yo, a lot of the devil and the little same prostitute them out there. Them say you have a good man, we are stand with you. And just out of spite, not but sheer spite, want to test your man. No respect for you, claims to them are your friend. Want to test your man and show them prostitution, temptations upon the man. Worse if you do, in a them time, worse if you do entertain certain type of sexual activity. Oh, she is definitely gonna go there. Cause you know some woman in love talk too much. But in a relationship, you know, if you keep on a thing in house, stop chat to the girlfriend them. And the man them too. That's enough for you to lose no man. Stop talk about in a relationship with man out the road, brother. Left that private, bro. Not even your mother. Believe. Not even your mother. Keep it private between you and your wife or your lady. Don't get nobody else in that. Trouble. So the woman them know, because I want to really talk to, but we still have reference the man them to car. You know, it happens. Ladies, stop taking the girlfriend them no like you know. When you tell them boy you're a good husband and only deal with your good, and she finds that she have one husband who will be in trouble. All of the church sister, you cannot trust them. Stop telling the people about the relationship problem and how good it is. Don't tell them nothing. Don't have no discussion about nothing. You don't know here. You know if you stop it, man. Learn from other people's mistake, man. Don't do it.
Here's the truth, you know, honestly, we live in a prostitution era.
Wow. See, Kevin, I told you she was going to keep it real.
I think
we live in a prostitution era. Audie said, that's why my friends are my son, my daughter, and my Bible. Don't get me wrong, you can't help people, you know, you can be a community activist, you know, as you know, you follow tenant time one side. You see me? I try to live right. You can have friends, you see me I say? But you got to, there needs to be serious boundaries. Your relationship shouldn't be a part of it. Alright? I think I've said enough about that. Damn, I probably did a whole half an hour or 20 minutes on that topic alone. I've said enough. Let's move away from being prostitutes, ladies. Now, I want to play this first. Because we live in our era. This has to do with the religious organizations, and this have to do with the men and women of God and persecution by other people. Listen to this. All right, we are go from one to the next.
Look. The greatest lie humanity tells itself is that we have outgrown human sacrifice.
What?
We call it by different names now, and
the greatest lie being told to human beings is that we have outgrown human sacrifice. Rosh Hashanah service, 9/24, at 24 September 2025. We have a problem with that first statement. What do you mean? The greatest lie that we've been told is that we outgrown human sacrifice. So we want to go back to human sacrifice? Dark days them, the dark era. Oh, what kind of, what really are going on, sir? And this supposed to be a church?
Make our offering to different gods.
No, there's just one. Yeah.
Make our offering to different gods. And people got this at church. They name when I read the Bible. Different gods. Human sacrifice is an offering to different gods. What?
There's just one.
As if the designation means that their mothers cry less when they die. We call masses of humanity collateral damage.
They call masses of humanity collateral damage. Huh?
And turn our eyes away from the pictures of their lifeless bodies as we sip our morning coffee.
What is happening?
And the truth is, we don't do it because we are heartless.
Why?
We do it because we believe that it is necessary for the world to keep running.
What?
They believe that human sacrifice is necessary. What's up there for the world to keep running? This is a beer white people in that church. And it's a white woman this, and she is upset. This is on Instagram. It's short and sassy _75. Short and sassy _75 on Instagram. So they sip their coffee and look at lifeless bodies. And it's not because they are heartless, but because they understand that is a part of sacrifice to the gods. Death is a necessary sacrifice to keep the world running. People, please keep in the spiritual eye open. Please. Please.
We do it because we believe that the gods whose favor we so desperately seek.
The gods, not God enough. They believe there's the gods that the favor that they so desperately seek. Human sacrifice I'm talk about, context matters, listen to this,
Yeah, just one.
Freedom, security, prosperity.
So these people believe in human sacrifice, in the gods them what them a talk about, forget freedom, prosperity. Devil is a liar. Mighty God.
Flourishing. That they demand blood as the price of their favor.
What?
They no, not God in a day. A devil, a demon, them a worship. Legion. They. Gods. Human sacrifice. They demand it for their worship. This are the type of church where the people in the church, you find say picnic get sacrificed and one back. Are them type of people here? Yeah, man.
We do it because we cannot see any other choice.
There's a.
Them not have no other choice but to sacrifice the people. At that. No, but this is not funny. Father God, take a case. Mighty God, we need you. We need you, oh God. I'm glad I'm going to live certain place. I see how people love travel, careful. Next thing you know, you get abducted and you're part of one sacrifice. One human sacrifice. Wow, I was so shocked when I saw this. I said, I have to share.
Other choices.
And maybe that's why we read the Akedah, the binding of Isaac, on Rosh Hashanah.
What is that? The Akedah? What? The hell?
Because the story...
Yeah, they say they have no choice. Jotaro. They have no choice.
The story of the Akedah isn't about inconceivable obedience. When Abraham prepares to sacrifice Isaac, he is just accepting the same bargain of blood we still accept today.
Oh, what a misrepresentation of the Bible. What a misrepresentation. There is no blood sacrifice in this time, ma'am. Jesus already came. That was the last blood sacrifice. There's no more blood sacrifice. Stop it. Get some help.
That some need to die for the world to flourish.
You hear that?
Yeah, that. And that's the Bible y'all love.
Now, she's saying the Bible y'all love. Ma'am, these people are misrepresenting the Bible. But woe unto them. Woe unto them.
What the fuck? That is not what God and I talk about. No, we have a whole different belief. What the fuck?
No, I stand corrected. She's saying, nah, I don't know what you're talking about, but that's what God told me.
That was yesterday on Rosh Hashanah. What the fuck? No thank you. I'll pass. You can keep that. As for me and my house and family, we serve one God.
This is where we're at, ladies and gentlemen, in the world. A lot of scary people out there and scary organizations that claim they serve God. You know? Yeah, they claim. Now, you know, I want to say a big shout out to Aromatic TV. I see Aromatic TV like a general way. Me could have worked with. Be business partner with. Me see Aromatic as a general way, me could have reason with. Me see Aromatic as a general way, me could have still and listen to talk and absorb knowledge from. At that level I respect them, I have Aromatic. I never meet him. Just after him consistently being himself and him reasoning in him video them. It's a discernment thing. And you see that video where Aromatic put out this morning? I want to go over there and go subscribe to Aromatic TV. And I want to watch that video. It is about Peter Chambers and Mark Stewart. If you have not watched this video, you need to go watch it now. Well, not right now, because now watch me, but for phone time. But you know if you subscribe now still. Subscribe now. Me listen to the video and I say, John, what you Yo, you just, the man just, the man have a supreme level of common sense, you know, brother. The man have a supreme level of common sense, you know. I don't know, sometimes I say things that I'm probably not really articulate it well enough. But you see when him articulate something, it clear and cogent, you know. The man call out the lab rat them, and the man call out the PMP, them we sell out, you know. All in a one, you know. In a this one, you know. Nobody not safe, you know. Listen to the argument.
Reality check, man, from your device, you know, it's a unique one, Aromatic Realistic TV. Anyway, today, Peter Chambers, come right here so me I talk to you. And Mark Stewart, come over here so me I talk to you. You know what two of the pastor them want me listen to? Because 99.9% of the pastor them in Jamaica automatically listen to them, you know, because them are scammer and thief. The only thing them care about is the tithe and special offerings. They understand and live lavish, while 99.9% of them congregation still they live in a slum and squalor. So I'm gonna listen to them. But anyway, from long time if I come do that video, yeah, but me busy right now. I deal with making money. I don't have no time right now to deal with eyeglass, low life, and people who have no ambition. But I have to do that video. Yeah. Mark and Peter Chambers, them have it to say no false prophet. And what really puzzles me is that the same people them who is saying that you guys are false prophet is the same people is saying Andrew and the EOJ thief the general election.
Me can't stop. Me don't need to go no further. We don't need to go no further. You hear me say? Bring this closer. We don't need to go no further. I'm speaking to every single one of you out there, Christian or otherwise, pastors, so-called pastors, witches, warlocks that is speaking ill of Mark Stewart, and Peter Chambers, calling them false prophet, and all the ones that you do go against. It's funny that you know in your heart of hearts that the election was stolen, but you call them false prophet. You know, that's why I played that video, you know, and put it on my channel, you know, to remind these same people. Because them say, oh, may I defend Peter Chambers, may I defend the truth. I am defending the truth. The truth of the matter is, the man them is not no false prophet, the man them are men of God. And if you listen to all of their videos and not just one or two, you would get the full scope of what was being revealed to them by the Most High. I have a video showing where Pastor Peter Chambers said, not just one time, not just two times, years ago and recently, he has been consistent. If they don't remove the EOJ out of the office of the Prime Minister, they are going to steal the election. You never hear when them did say that? You guys saw the wave of orange all over this good country. The same wave. Hey, Miss Collins, how you doing, beautiful? The same wave that had the Laborites tremble, had Andrew Onis trembling in fear. Good day, Ryan. Everybody saw the wave. Everybody saw the wave. People flew down on several chartered flights, back at several chartered flights, with peer comrades in there to come vote out Andrew Onis. Thank you, Turter. Turter, thank you. Thank you, Turter. Thank you. These people that are criticizing Mark, and I don't need to, I am not even defending Mark Stewart and Peter Chambers. God got them. I'm just speaking the truth from what I have observed and listened. They don't need me to come and say nothing. They haven't charged me with coming and saying nothing. I speak because I see what it is. Alright? TB, what's up? All the persons saying that they're false, you're in error. And you're going to be exposed. You're going to be exposed. Keep doing their videos. You can do whatever you want to do. But the evidence is there. If you go over all their videos and you really be objective, the evidence is there. I said to people, once we have a free and fair election, there's no way the liberalism can win. People said to me, say, oh, you really feel, say, Mark Olin can win? I said, if there is a free and fair elections. And I was speaking about it from a practical level. The political ombudsman was removed. That was strategically done. The political ombudsman is the referee between the two parties. You see all the boards that were taken down, all the intimidation of candidates by people that are directly linked to their opposite MP that they're going against. Miranda Wellington, all our billboards being taken down as soon as Andrew is supposed to come through the area. They took down every billboard. They were caught on camera. All of Miranda Wellington's billboard on the road that Andrew is supposed to drive to go to their JLP meeting. Is it a coincidence that just before he's coming, it's taken down? Have you guys ever heard Andrew Onis come out and condemn those actions during the election period in terms of leading up to the election? Raymond Price, so many of them. That is why they removed the political ombudsman as an independent body. That is why they put the EOJ in the office of the Prime Minister to operate in that vein. He is micromanaging all of these organizations. So the corruption in Jamaica is extremely high. So I said, if these things are not manipulated and we have a free and fair election, the PNP will win. The JLP cannot win a free and fair election. They are the party of buying votes. Unfortunately, the Jamaican people are to be blamed as well because they accepted those bribes. But if those things were outlawed to the point where a politician could automatically get 25 years in prison for buying votes, I bet the vote buying stop. As a matter of fact, any type of compensation that they would get as service to the country would be automatically suspended. So they would get no retirement money if caught are being involved in any way, shape or form, any type of buying votes. And if they get cute with it, there should be some type of legislation or law where there can be no program starting within a 9-month period of a general election beginning to happen. When that 9-month period begin, all projects are cut off. No more projects will be done. No programs to give the elderly this amount of money for style and buy them vote. None of those things should be happening. We have seen all the tricks of the corruption of the Jamaica Labour Party. I think we are more equipped now to have a robust system to curb the corruption and the thieving, both on election, in the election process to the election day and on the day. But which thief is going to put law in place to make sure say they are held accountable? We see Andrew is going to court with the Integrity Commission because his statutory declaration cannot be certified because he refuses to explain to us how he made his money. He wants us to believe that he start with 2 taxi. Bull, sugar, honey, iced tea. That is what he wants sensible people to believe. So back to Mark Stewart and Pastor Peter Chambers. Yes, Miss Collins. The Prime Minister of Jamaica said he bought 2 taxis. 2 taxis. In Jamaica, you don't have a taxi cab system like Uber over there. Well, they do now, but back then on his time, it was you take a taxi, somebody own a taxi, and they have either a driver driving it for them or they drive it themselves. But in this case, for him, in Kingston at the time, he said there was a company that some of his cars that he bought was used for taxi service in those companies. The fact of the matter is he's saying he started with 2 cars. Now he cannot tell us where he sourced the money from to buy the cars, because when he just got married, according to his wife, they could not afford the catering. They could not afford the catering. She wanted to turn her wedding into a fish fry, where you would buy tickets to get food at the wedding. That's how poor they were, according to her. So where did this man that never worked a day in his life, any job that paid him any money outside of politics, where did he get the money from to buy the 2 cars? In the first place. You know, it's funny. But back to Pastor Peter Chambers, and Mr. Mark Stewart, Prophet Mark Stewart. So the analogy that Aromatic is making is, listen, you guys say that you won, they stole the election. How can you say that and at the same time say the prophet was wrong when they warned about the stealing of the election? You guys were not listening. You were not listening. What has happened is that the people are angry with the result. So now they want to blame the prophet for being, yeah man, I know charms. Yes, the court ruled that they won't carry it to trial. They rule that there's no basis, or there's not enough whatever for go forward with a rerun. That's what they said. Well, I don't want to talk about that. The prophets told us that we have to watch out for that. They did. Pastor Shuttleworth did a video saying whichever party won, they won't win by a large margin, so we're going to have more equity in terms of the 2/3 majority that Andronis government held for the last 5 years. No, they won't have that anymore. So we have 28 seats, they have 35. So we have a strong opposition. These are all things that were prophesied. But you guys pick and choose. You don't listen. How can you say the man them steal the election but the prophet them falls? The man them, PMP won the election. The prophets were not wrong. Stupid.
Only you, I may just say. Some of the people them who they say are false prophet are the same people them say Andrew Holness and the EOJ thief the election. So all the man them for be false prophet when Andrew Holness and the EOJ thief the election. The man they make a prediction that the People's National Party will win the general election. They never make a prediction say Andrew Holness and the EOJ when go thief the election. Most them not see that. So it kind of puzzle me.
No, me know say Aromatic probably never hear them other videos there. But through me really listen to especially Peter Chambers, I listen to all of his videos. And I follow what he's saying. Very, very keenly. You see the Chinese them a protest in the prophesy that they get a vision about, you know, when them protest about the money and them pay. That was huge. We have never seen Chinese protest in Jamaica. That was huge. I know I heard Peter Chambers say that in a video. The Chinese are gonna protest. He saw it. So I'm still false. I'm working on going through all those videos, but I'm just busy right now. I'm backtracking on all of the videos now. Because I'm going to make shorts and put it on TikTok and show the different instances. I'm going to put the date at the top when it was said as reference to show you how far back the prophet actually said what he said and the manifestation therein. A lot of you guys are gonna look silly out here now. That is calling them false and oh man, boy, you guys are gonna incur the wrath of God on you because, you know, speaking down and against the prophets. You know, even if you feel like, and I learned this from Mark Stewart, even if you feel like they got something wrong, it is not your place. It is not your place. It's not your place. Them have to go back and answer to God. Them have to go up on their knees and ask God, Father God, what changed? What happened? You gave me this word. You understand? Remember, you know, the story of Moses, you know, and Pharaoh, you know. God give Moses specific instruction, you know. But God never give Moses all his plans. God just say, my servant do this. But God have him plans up him sleeve. Harden Pharaoh heart and make Pharaoh go sub ups and run down the Israelite them. Down to the sea. And God actually make Moses wait for him, because if Moses they move and never rest with the people them, Pharaoh wouldn't even come see them there, you know. They would have been on the other side of the sea already. Or the river. Shirley, what's up? Right? So God have him servant obedient, but God still have an anger with him servant never did know. You feel me I deal with? God never disclosed that. Judith D, what's up? TB, big up. God never disclosed. I don't remember God disclosing to to Moses. And Moses, you know, say, me a harden Pharaoh heart and make him come off on. Never disclosed that. Because Moses' reaction was, oh God, calling upon God now, and God said, brother, why you call upon me? Brother, lift up your staff and just party waters, bro. You're good, man. Remember something got you, you know? At that level, at that type of communication they when I go on this. Because people them when I fret. And in a Moses' heart look a bit there as well. You see me I deal with? Just a look, you know, look see that. Oh, what we are gonna do? Remember say even prophet them a human being same way, you know. Them not perfect. They are not. But a lot of the persons them when you see speaking against Peter Chambers and Mark Stewart are jealous, you know. They are jealous. Because low key, a lot of these people want the fame. Them not really serve God. I just the fame them want. They want a recognition, they want status. It's a competition. Jealousy. But a lot of them not gonna admit it to themselves. Some of them are watching me right now and I react to my video. Oh, Bolo is wrong. And he might defend Pastor Peter Chambers. I defend the truth. Look back at the videos. You know, and if you watch my video in reaction to what happened on September 3rd, prophetess came on the platform and told me months before that the man then buy out the election. Thus saith the Lord. People get PR ready. And that the prophetess come say. And I knew that. And I knew what Pastor Peter Chambers said about the EOJ. I remember him warning Mark Stewart and the People's National Party that they must find some way to remove the EOJ because out of the office of the Prime Minister. Because if they don't remove him, the Jamaica Labour Party is going to steal the election. I remember that that was close to the election day. In one them, you guys never remember that? You guys are talked down from Pastor Peter Chambers. You don't remember when him said so? On the ear, one want for ear, man. On the ear, on the want for ear. Because you have on own agenda. Yes, you did hear, Debbie. So I am listening to the prophetess. May I listen to Mark Stewart? May I listen to Jeffrey Shuttleworth? And may I listen to Peter Chambers same time? And I say, right. In my mind, me I say, no, say this thing done though. I'm still I encourage people themselves to go vote. You did it on the program. Richard, big up. You saw? It must be a troll. Yes, he warned them, find some way. But I knew that the People's National Party was powerless to make that change in that short space of time. So based on what the prophetess was saying about them buying out everybody already, and then me hear Pastor Peter Chambers say, Samuel is to Mark Stewart, that's a similar thing. And I said, Jaja. Money and TV election, you know. But here with me when I look back and I look forward to Andrew Owens losing him seat. I was looking at the Paul Buchanan versus Andrew serious. And the court said what they say, I'm not even going to get fussy about it. I accept it. I accept it. This is the way it has to go because God wants it to go this way. Mr. Paul Buchanan says he's not going to challenge it. If them say them nah can't go, him done and him walking away. Yes, I remember that to Judith. Mark Stewart did say that. Right? And he told us, he gave us the prediction. Everybody knows say JLP lose the election. Everybody in their heart of hearts know that. They know. They know. The involvement of the Israel company that is allegedly in court in another. Yeah, Pastor Peter Chambers said we need to pray. Because his judgment is coming to Jamaica now. You see the attack on the prophets. You see the attack on the churches. The real churches. Yeah, Paris. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people could deduce, you know, and predict that happening. Everything I go up, Brian. Everything I go up. Cost of living I go up. Rent I go up. Everything.
Uno say something out of one side of the mouth, and over here say uno say something different out of the next side of the mouth. Make up your mind higher. The man them predict something. Andrew Holness them thief it. Blatantly. Bowl. Roll up and take. And who no go say the man them a false prophet? Peter Chambers and Mark Stewart. Wanna continue on a journey. We don't have no explanation for low life. Saying we don't have to do no explanation to God Almighty.
Boom. That is it. Me wanna go watch your side video. Me not play nothing more. Me not play nothing more. The best argument this for any vlogger about this situation with them. I best argument. I make my argument and I tell them say this is the best argument. Go listen to the rest of it. That's all the man have to do. The man don't have to answer to none of you. They were chosen. You were not. And my mother give me a scripture for that, but she did on her way out now, so when I go bother her if you want to tell me about it, the scripture. Yeah, I remember. Yes, there's definitely consequences for every action. Big up Aromatic TV. Brr, 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 brr. No, you know, the police them. Yesterday, me big up the police them. This morning, me big up the police them. Pass the bat for me now, mommy. Ready? Before you left. Please. The mosquito are going bad. Sassy, what's up? Yesterday, this morning, me big up the police them, but Jaja. There's more, thank you. There's more bad things to report about the police them than there is good things to report. You know, I listen to Matic this morning. Yeah, man, you have to check out Matic, man. When you say read Amos 3 verse 7 to 8, hold on there. Let me find that. Amos 3 what? Amos 3 verse 7 to 8. It says here, surely the sovereign Lord does nothing without revealing his plans to his servants, the prophets. The lion has roared. Who will not fear? The sovereign Lord has spoken. Who can but prophesy? I think what that is saying is, when God give the prophet them a word to speak, them have to speak it. They have no choice. Am I reading that correct? Jataro? Is that the interpretation of that scripture? First, may I read that scripture then. What's up, Dana? But I don't know what going on in this. We'll move on. I don't know what going on in that situation. I'm going to try to figure it out. So they say, when stopped by the police and asked for a search, please comply. It's simple request, quite normal, standard procedure, happens on a regular day. A validly default routine, but only two don'ts and illiterate. Don't escalate the situation for notoriety or to get viral. hoping to get justice for public who ignorantly knows not the law of the land. Majority of Jamaican public is adamantly lawless. Their aim is to start Jamaica's development, so they invest and work tirelessly to destroy Jamaica's infrastructure. But these same individuals comply to rules and laws of every and any other country which they visit, or when migrate, they are spitefully breaking the rules of Jamaica deliberately. I don't know this person's post and these claims that they're making. I don't know this situation. I don't know what happened with the police.
Yeah, come on, tie away. Be ready. Be ready. Yeah, be ready. Be ready.
Oh, this is why we need body work.
Officer, be ready. Watch out, Officer, wicked. Go wicked. Watch that. Jesus! Boy, you're wicked now. Watch out, Vanessa.
You know what I think the woman are like? Them say the people them lawless. What has the government done in education wise to spread awareness of the laws? What have they done? I mean, I talk about in the schools them. Why is the laws of the land not something? I mean, no, say it gonna be a subject with fluid because there's amendments in laws, right? But why them don't have courses in school? Mandatory teaching on law, basic law of the land, basic. You know, if you go too high tech. You know what I mean? But basic law of the land. Why them not do that? People, I'm sorry, but the mosquito they might take over. Boy, when you see me about half a mosquito, you must know. When will it change in Jamaica? Anyway, this last topic that I'm going to talk about is something that I'm very passionate about. It's someone that I am very, very passionate about as an individual that came and went. You understand? None other than Marcus Mosiah Garvey. He was Ibrahim Troy before Ibrahim Troy was born. He was in the land of the United States. Listen to the argument from the young lady. Listen to this.
Right now, we're watching the doors close. The U.S. is tightening trade preferences with Africa and the Caribbean. Trump's tariffs are already hitting key African exports. Migration policies are shutting out our people. And make no mistake, when the world's biggest markets close their doors to you, if you don't have your own doors, your own markets, you will always be at the mercy of someone else's system. Garvey understood.
You hear that? If you don't have your own markets, you'll always be at the mercy. Let me play that again.
Because markets close their doors to you, If you don't have your own doors, your own markets, you will always be at the mercy of someone else's system. Garvey understood. He understood this a century ago. Garvey understood this a century ago.
100
You knew that
years
political
ago.
freedom.
100 years ago, Garvey understood the assignment. I told you, we already got the blueprint, but we ain't following it. What's going on, Tamara? We ain't following it. Oh, guys, before I go, I hardly mentioned this. Do remember that we have the Cash App and we got the PayPal. Those ways to donate right now in real time. If you're gonna donate to the Zelle, then you guys have to hit me up on WhatsApp with the receipt. All right. So for those that want to show appreciation to the platform, that manner, those are the options you have. It is pinned right there in the comment section of the YouTube, on both YouTube, right there. Boom. See, donate to Cash App. When you open that pin message, you will see the Cash App, the PayPal, and the Zelle there. For my people on TikTok, y'all know what to do, man. Y'all know what to do. You know what I'm saying? TikTok is self-explanatory. Y'all know what to do if you want to show love that way. You got all types of gifts and stuff. And of course, you see my Cash App right there. Yes. For those who use Cash App. Yeah? And the Cash App, the name on it is Paul Chin. Yes. Paul Chin. All right, let's continue.
Freedom without economic independence is a fragile illusion. That's why the Black Star Line was more than ships. It was a blueprint for Black survival and power in a hostile world. My people, if we had a modern Black Star Line today, not just on the seas, but in tech, manufacturing, agriculture, and finance, no single government could choke our opportunities. We could trade with ourselves. We could feed ourselves. We could build wealth on our own terms. Garvey's dream, no, it's not history. It's unfinished business. And if we don't rise to finish it now, we may not get another chance in our lifetime. So here's my question to you, my people. If Garvey were alive today, right now we're watching the doors close.
People, let me tell you something. Can you imagine if Garvey was left to his vices and his character was not assassinated and deported to Jamaica? I don't think they have even removed those charges from him. I don't think they have. You understand? It's still in the books. Now, you hear what she said about us, and she's talking to Africa, you know. But let me tell you something. We here in the Caribbean can do the same. Miss Mia Motley has been, not necessarily calling for exactly what the blueprint of Marcus Garvey, but she has stated a similar stance where we, the Caribbean, can be, traders within ourselves and feed ourselves and stand together firmly with each other. Can you imagine if we really embarked on the industrial plane in that manner where the countries decided, we're going to have our own ship line. You're telling me on our budgets that we cannot facilitate that type of growth over a period of time? If we started 25 years ago, how much ships do you think Jamaica could own? Our own ships that go all around the world. Huh? And if not all around the world, just here in the Caribbean alone, Hello? Why is no leader of any country in the Caribbean? Why have none of them taken up this blueprint of Marcus Garvey? Self-sufficient blueprint. Why Andrew Holness going to the UN begging for millions of dollars with them promise? Signing deals and signing memorandums. Basically, them telling us how to run things in our country when certain things happen. Why is that? Why are we so comfortable with being so dependent on people that don't live what we live? People that are in a total different hemisphere in the world that are making decisions about our lives, thinking that they know best for us. Why are we so comfortable with that? I don't know why this thing I dropped saying no. Something wrong with this, man. Why are we so comfortable with that YouTube? With that Jamaica? Why? I don't get it. Why are we so comfortable with being so dependent? Just look at the blueprint of Marcus Garvey. Our people, an organization where our people are the one. I mean, the Jamaican government don't even protect the rights of the people in Jamaica. Much less. Even what's up? In that they regard it. Look how much other people them import come to Jamaica. Them don't want to pay the nurse them. Yo, we are such a damn disgrace. We are such a damn disgrace. The man has some them leader in Jamaica, some weak jellyback sellout in a man. The man not even men. Oh, I tell her. Big up Marcus Garvey. I see that video and I say, yo, listen what the lady has said, man. Listen to what she's saying. Imagine if Marcus Garvey planned. You know how much ships they would have now. You know how much black billionaires would have been created out of that organization. You know how much black utopia communities, just like we see them of Chinatown. Huh? Do you know how much communities would have been yielded out of a Black Star Line flourishing? And that blueprint going through and being successful. Do you know how much other African countries would have fallen suit and partnered with all their resources that they have over there? Listen to me, remember telling you something. And this is not for the faint of heart. Whether you are, I don't care what race you are, this is the truth. And this is the unadulterated truth of the matter of the fact. Africa don't need nobody else. If Africa stays within itself and control all her resources, she don't need nobody. She is self-sustainable. If she is left to her vices, she can defend herself. Because if a nuclear war you want, we have all our material them. If a body span the ground you want, we have all our material them. To create your own weapons. Africa does not need the rest of the world. We don't need you. You need us. And we, the people of Africa, are the rightful owners of that land. Our bloodline go back to it. Marcus Garvey was a genius. And he was a genius in a way where he galvanized millions of African people. Millions in an era where there was no social media. I can't even galvanize that amount of people on my platform as yet that he had working with him and for him. the agencies of America decided, yo, we have to stop this man, you know. This is a problem to our agenda. What is their agenda? Go and find out. But obviously it's not to have a black man rise up and unite other black men. Hello? And it would, everybody don't have to be a part of it if they don't. As black people, don't have choice. If you don't want to stay amongst the people, you could have stay amongst the people. If you don't want to integrate, you can't integrate. But there were people out there that wanted back their African sovereignty. And they were putting their money where their mouth was. It's the people within Garvey organization, you know, that was funding the organization, you know. I feel them donations do it. So much so, when Garvey did get a setback with one of them ship them, him raise money quick. The same millions of Africans them will unite them dollar. Put it back into it. Forget the rebound. I have been modeling this idea of Marcus Garvey with simple community service. My Jamaican people, we have communities in Jamaica where you have 15,000. You have 15,000, 25,000 people living there. Yet, there are parts of the community that, you know, is private road where the government is not obligated to fix. Right? You have community centers and other projects that the people would want for development of their community. It costs money. One time it used to be a situation where we partnered with the church. I am sure Miss Collins can attest to this even in her own community in America, where you partner with the church to, you know, pool funds together to deal with community activism. You have people that are homeless. You have people that they need food to eat. You understand what I say? We, the community, can come together. Let me give you an example. We really don't need the government all the time to do everything. We can do for ourselves, right? And this is what Marcus Garvey preached. I'm just going to give you an example of what I'm talking about, all right? 15,000 people living in that area. Unity is strength. 15,000 people living in that area. These are 15,000 working people, you know. You see, just like how the government collect tax from you every month, this is what you call voluntary community tax. Organized, regulated, treasury, money accounted for to the T, because we don't want no discrepancies. We don't want anybody to say, oh, where's the money? No. Every dollar has to be accounted for. How it's spent, the receipts, everything. It has to be above board for it to have long-lasting effect. So 15,000 people in Jamaica in a community, and you guys give $1,000 a month. $1,000 a month. You're working. Each of you give $1,000 a month. I want you to tell me how much money is that, without me doing the calculation. Somebody put it in the chat. A community that has 15,000 people working, put a treasury together for community development. $1,000 a month. Ladies and gentlemen, that is $15 million. for the month. I don't think y'all heard me. That is $15 million for the month. Now, if it's America, each of you put $100 for the month. That is 150,000. No, 1.5 million US. 1.5 million US. I'm sure the money can go to good use. How you doing, Celine? People need to be fed in the streets, building up, you know, getting a building to facilitate the homeless, getting volunteers, medical volunteers, doctors. You can't even work with the state. Sandra, how you doing? But 1.5 million US dollars a month, 15,000 people in a community. Unity is power. Organized effort is power. How you think the government get them power? All of our dollars, all of our tax dollars put together. What they do with it, however, the corruption is where the problem is. Because if the money is used efficiently and there's real transparency about the money, we can go far ways, ladies and gentlemen. So you have $15 million a month, 15,000 people in a community in Jamaica, right? Or in a parish, say a parish. 15,000 people in a parish in Jamaica put in $15 million together for the month. Now, let's be honest. In some projects, that's a little bit of money. However, $15 million times 12. For a whole year. Hold on, my bad. $15 million times 12. That is $180 million. You telling me you cannot do 5 solid projects in your parish with $180 million as a community putting your money together? Let's reason it out. So you put that money, and we have to have financiers to structure this in one way that it has. I would link Marky G and say, Marky G, how can we as a community have this money put together in such a way that it's used for what it's intended to use for? How can you structure it for us as a legal luminary? We need to get lawyers involved. Yes? Yes? And it's all about people committing to giving $1,000 a month. Some people can give the $12,000 for the year one time. Not for the youth them where they are a scammer. Only can use the money, do something constructive. More than burning it up. Like community building. Yes? Some of them see a private road there we need to fix and fix properly. Yes. We can have a 5-year plan or a 3-year plan for some of the road them to build up the money. No. I give to you this. This is an option where you can use. Maybe you want to use the banks. If you have $180 million in the bank, what kind of credit line do you think you're going to get? How much money do you think the bank is going to lend you as an organization, a non-profit organization that is looking to build your community infrastructure? People who can build a market, a proper market, that only same one, I go, you know, pay one little stipend for because I only same one build it, just to keep it sustained, so you can keep it clean, and keep the infrastructure right, and you can structure that as well for that money to do that exactly what it should to keep that building sustained. So if you need to fix the roof, you have a fund in place based off those patterns that you pay for rent every single month. It's investing and reinvesting in yourself, you know, and your own infrastructure, you know. And when I posit this idea to you, like, ladies and gentlemen, and you look at what our government is doing with the trillions of dollars that they have, you're telling me that they're doing their best? Listen, man, we as the people need to come together in this manner and do it ourselves. The Maroons, in some capacity, they get donations, and I have to applaud the chief for what he's doing, because look at the thing that he bought. Oh God, man, the community them when I have no water. People, let's think, no man. Let's think, no man. Listen to me, I say, and you can implement the people in my Portland, East Portland. Many if you come live up there, because I feel like someone would are receptive to what me I say. And we can join you in a community where this is concerned. We don't have a water problem. We don't see what the chief do. We don't see the machine where the chief carry to get clean water from the mere atmosphere. We can invest in those things. 15,000 people in a Portland must can come together and put 10,000 people in a Portland must can come together and put $1,000 a month. It is going to benefit you guys in the long term and the short term and the mid term. I want to have a MP where embody what me I talk about. Look at his drive, his tablet drive. The man say, I beg the diaspora. And that's what he did, and he got a lot of donations. Now you, the people of Portland, with Isaac Buchanan now going to teach you about the DEEP program, where you can do this online and how to monetize this entire situation and start earning some US dollars in your account. You can put $1,000 a month. May Isaac the lawyer, him can put it together, a fund together where it's all about the community, literally pumping back into the community for the benefit of the community now and forever. $1,000 a month, 15,000 people in a community, $180 million for the year. Imagine the loans, and remember, you'll be paying back the loan slowly. Meanwhile, every year you're still putting in 180 million. You can structure a 5-year plan. Listen, man. Marcus Garvey to the world be. To the world is the man planning and thinking why me come up with these things, you know. I am literally mirroring what Marcus Garvey did. Tweaking it and modernizing it. So we cannot be attacked in the way he was attacked. Having the books set where the system cannot derail the thing. The clean water machine, the atmospheric water machine that the Maroons got. That's huge. That's a great investment. And the people that did that technology, salute to them. They deserve all the wealth that come their way. That's so. Yo, listen, man. If every house can have one of those, that would be amazing. Forget about it. We live in one of the most beautiful atmospheric countries in the world in terms of air quality. Making water, clean water from the atmosphere. And you know, say up at Akangpong, the height. Oh, that water is nice. Man, listen, bro. Chief, sir, if you're seeing this, I would love to visit Akangpong. Personally, yeah, I need to do a tour of the Akangpong. Facts. I have a lot of respect for the Maroons. And if you see on my platform last year, when I deal with Andrew Honest, or attack the Maroon them, you know what I talk about. I stand with the Maroons. I stand with every native of every land. Every native. Doesn't matter where, which country. Every native. Native get different respect. Or should, in my opinion. Especially if they were involved in fighting an ongoing war that led to some semblance of freedom. So, I mean, to dedicate $1,000 a month between 15,000 people for a year leading up to an amalgamation of $180 million, if that's not a start, in community development of any parish, I don't know what is. How much is the MP of these constituencies getting from the government? Is the MP receiving $180 million? What a thing when MPs in a parish can come together with the people in that manner, with the integrity behind it and the transparency. To build programs that the people own, build facilities that the people, the community own. Everybody that contributes has ownership. They live there. Me talk about ownership, you know. Forever, you know. The community ownership forever, you know. Every single family has ownership of those facilities that are built. Whether the market, whether you want to build a supermarket, whether you want to build a storage facility in a farming community that will help the farmers to preserve their produce. No man, hey, Dr. Dayton Campbell. Dr. Dayton Campbell, somebody tag them. Somebody screen record a party and tag them. Dr. Dayton Campbell, Miranda Wellington. Mr. Mark Jefferson Golden, Sir Mark Jefferson Golden, the Honorable. Damian Crawford. Who else in a farming community? Zulika Jess. Anybody where in a farming community? Come on, man. Talk to me, no man. The coffee plant of them down at St. Thomas. No, so I don't get the right MP, but I still can work with the General, Mr. Hubert Williams. Yeah, only can work with him. It's not a government project. Organize, centralize, grow, live as one. Philippa, what's up? I really hope this is hitting home for somebody, you know. This is one of the realest conversations we ever have with you know. That 180 million for the first year can build infrastructure that is going to actually create profits, right? That can add on to more building of infrastructure that the community would own. I'm talking about owning lands, ladies and gentlemen, where these properties are on. these buildings and these infrastructure. It's not no game. It's not no game. Every registered member of that community. Register only means say you live there and your name is down there and you're a contributor. You have your ID, you live there. They say you come from. You're born and grow. And you're a contributor. You set a foundation for ownership. Water is a problem? Well, energy is a problem? Well, there's outside alternative sources of energy that can be utilized, but it costs money. Pooling your funds together and uniting, committed to unity. 5 to 10 year plan. After that 5 to 10 year, you will not want to stop when you see what you guys in a community has created, built, owned in that 10-year period. You shall be using that model forever in community building. Forever. And every single member of that community, they would benefit indirectly and directly. And what will happen is that it would sustain itself. It become a well-oiled machine because of proper structuring. That's why you have to get the lawyers, you have to get the financiers. You understand what I say? Those the legal and financial minds to properly structure it so it's sustainable. Real sustainable development through community initiative. It's no different from you paying tax. It's no different. Now, if you want to take it at a personal level, where you have a family, and somehow the family has a lot of, on a breed up holy, on have a holy member, and you guys are productive, you can use this same model to build the family wealth. United. Working people. Working families. Oh, the people them don't have enough money for go to college? Funny. After we done pull up full money, there's no child that's supposed to not go to college. Yeah, the trust fund something there? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, you see, we just have to think, We just have to think. Just apply a little bit of thought. We have all the answers right here. Our ancestors have shown us the blueprint. Big up Marcus Garvey. They have shown us the blueprint. We don't have any excuses. Look at Ibrahim Traore. He's not offering any excuses. He's taking charge. And I wish that man Godspeed and God protection. As long as him keep God at the center of all that he's doing, I hope that I know that his country is going to prosper. No matter what the enemy try, they will not be able to take him down. You understand? Because God is with him. True and living God is with him. Big up Ibrahim Traore. I wish we had people with, an ounce of his leadership qualities in government, in ruling government, so-called jail. I wish. change. Instead of what we have now, a bunch of sellouts that is here to scrape for themselves and not bat an eye on the well-being of the people of Jamaica. Only to create the illusion that they care. That's all they care about, creating the illusion that they care. Not really caring. I have said a mouthful and I am just over 2 hours and I'm going to leave it right there. I want to thank each and every one of you guys that came and gave of your time, you know, was respectful in the chat. Hit the like button. TikTok, when I could have do something better for me still, I'm not lie. But I still appreciate the likes them. Every TikTok live I do, the aim is 50,000 likes. Every TikTok live. I don't look at how much people is there. You understand? The more you like up the video, the more people come. Sefu, big up yourself, man. Big up yourself. That's my time. The word is love. Really watch this over and marinate on what I've said. And you guys can add to it and, you know, give solid, you know, advice as to how to even straighten and structure. Because I don't have all the answers. But my intention is for us to unite and grow and sorry about that. It is my intention for us to grow, unite and grow on a massive level and walk on Dexter and so we can help solve all the many problems that we have. You know, 1 by 1, 2 by 2, 3 by 3 a year, we can solve some major problems. And by solving those major problems, it will help with other minor problems because we're being productive and we're being creative. You understand? You can build in the age of technology, you can build one center to use the internet. Like big, massive arcade. Kids love play games anyway. From time to time. Them are going to have some fun. You can have a space like that. But also them can go and do them studies. You know? Even if them don't have a tablet at home. A center within the community like that. Close to even the play field. One hub. I've heard the Keisha Bertrand speak about stuff like that. But I'm saying we, the people, can fund it in the community if we come together. What's up, Russell? Salute to you, my brother. Every time, man. Every time. We, the people, can pool our funds together in a community or in a parish. You can do it on micro levels or macro levels, parish or communities. But this is the time we're going into a space where we need brotherhood and we need community activism. What are you doing, Mary Lizzie? We need community activism. It's going to be very, very challenging without us uniting under God. And you can apply this anywhere you are in the world, you know. United States, England, Africa, Jamaica, you can apply this anywhere in the world and will yield very positive results. It's time for us to do it. The other way is the selfish, being selfish and being, you know, standoffish. That has not yielded much good. Everybody wants to stand. Oh, I stand strong on my own. Yeah, all right. Until a moment of weakness that we all go through and vulnerability, where you will need your fellow man. Let's start building those relationships from now. those long-lasting relationships of community building. Put our money where our mouth is. Structure it. It can work, ladies and gentlemen. It has been done before. And when so many of us in different places is doing the same thing, they can't stop it. They can't. You won't need for people to depend on food stamps. There's a lot of things out there. We have the World Wide Web. There's methods that we can use to increase growing of plants, even in the cities. You can have gardens on the roof. Oh man, there's so much we can do, girl and sister, brothers and sisters. We gotta get serious, man. We gotta get real serious. 3, possibly. We gotta get serious. We got to get serious. All right, that's my time. Appreciate y'all. See y'all on the next one, man. Remember to hit the like button while you exit, if you haven't already. All right, thank you. Shout out to all my new subs, and shout out to the people on TikTok. Appreciate y'all. Have a good one. Miss Collins, love you, baby. Shout out to my brother Russell Red. Appreciate you, broski. Salute, salute, salute. T-Rail, salute to you. I saw you come through too, man. Salute to T-Rail, man. All right, salute.